a customer or something, or they're joking and playing around with you, it's okay, just to shoot the stuff and, you know, interact with customers or whatever. But it comes a time where we have to be professional, guys. Sometimes I write professional, sometimes I write ghetto, sometimes I write, and that's just who I am. Um, I like to migrate from different little scenarios, and by now you guys probably know that about me. And but don't take it to offense or whatever. If you hear me playing around and talking in my little negro voice, y'all know, or whatever, you know the drill, you know the deal, you know what's up. And then if you see me go back into my little professional mode, because we do have to work a lot, and we get used to doing that, and we get used to being on a professional level as well, to do with customers, where we have to be in a professional manner and not be loud and not be ghetto and not be all of that. Okay, so if you hear anybody saying anything, I'm gonna be the first to tell you. And far on back there, I've also already told a lot, explained to my subscribers, that's what I do. Okay, so moving forward though, we're gonna move on down. Okay, so anywho, so and then if y'all see my shadow in this thing, y'all know my hips is big and the top part of my body, it don't be adding up, but I need to get that topper down some more, and now the bottom as well. So if y'all see, if you see my little reflection, never mind me. Okay, so anywho, as we go on, so what I was talking about is, it come a point in time or whatever where the tarot readers or whatever, they're stating it's time to cut the cord. It's time to cut the cord, right? It is. It's time to cut the cord. And that's not meaning only for you guys, but only for a reader as well. Cut that cord, because at times you will notice or whatever, we got a lot of people, because it's more chiefs than Indians here. We got a lot of people, and so badly people be wanting to do something in the world, and a lot of narcissistic people want to be in control. So in order for them to stay above water and stay afloat and control something, it's a lot. You got tons of people that are still narcissistic, tons of people that are still jealous, tons of people that got a big old ego, tons of people that are haters, they're envy, they're greedy, they're selfish, and it's so many people in the tarot room, and it's fine and dandy, and it's great for people to want to lead the crowd, but it's gonna mess you up. It's the same thing in every room. The same thing. I don't care what area, what denomination you come from, the streets, you come from rich, you come from poverty, it doesn't matter. You come from being a prostitute, and you come from this, you come from that. It's the same thing. And nothing is still changing. It's still going to be the same thing. It's still going to be the same meaning. It's still going to be as though, you got to be careful. You can't trust no one. I don't care, because a con artist can come and talk a good game, and they can play you up out of everything. You can have a pimp to come to you. A pimp can be a card reader. A pimp can be in the church building. A pimp can be on the street corner. A pimp can have a normal job and still have about 5, 10 women that they're getting paid from that work a 9-to-5 job. A pimp. So the tarot room, it's no different. This is what I want you guys to understand, or whatever. I am where I am at because I don't want to manipulate nobody out of this, that, and the other. I don't want to be gaming. I don't want to be lying. I don't want to be stealing. I don't want to be cheating. Because if you do that and you jump the gun and you're not healed and you go into trying to act as though you're helping people, yes, but you're always going to be on the up and up, because your goal, and when a person isn't healed, their goal is to put you at the bottom of the wheel and they're at the top, okay? Now, don't get me misunderstood. Don't get me misunderstood, because we do have chiefs and we do have Indians and we do have, and everybody is still learning from one another. Everyone. But if you focus more on, that's why you see people saying, microwave ovens or whatever. That's why you think like you got a lot of people and they think they big stuff. They think they done moved up the ladder. They think yada, yada, yada. They think, they pressure P. Do you hear me? Pressure P. They pushing T. Okay, with the re. and with me, it's subtract the D. Okay, so you got these people and they're like, it's just so much conning and so much gaming and so much to where now God is making me understand the reason why things are like it is. And it's a lot of people want the money before they get the healing. And that's what's going to mess you up. A person will do anything for money. They got a job at home. That's a plus. They get the easy route or whatever, like I'm going through or whatever, and I'm starting to notice or whatever. But it's no different or whatever. You can have tarot readers or whatever that got 2K, 200,000K or whatever subscribers, and I could have the subscribers that I got 4K. And my lifestyle and the way I'm living and what I'm doing or whatever, I'm not really going through nothing no more than what they're going through, because they may be getting more money, and I'm getting less of money and still get to live like them. It's because of my spirit, my spiritual growth. It outweighs or whatever, where God is still gonna make sure that I'm living, or He's meeting the requirements where, as for where I'm living, just like they feel that they're doing at the top or whatever. I may be going through different altercations and changes or whatever, but God, through it all, and people trying to send me witchcraft, and they want to bend the wheel, and they want me to struggle, and they want me to have God pull me up out of every situation, because because I'm one of His children, and He's not going to allow me to be done just because a karmic person or a sinful person or a person that's unhealed or jealous, what they want for my life, God is not going to allow it to happen. So I can still have these my subscribers be here And theirs be there, way up there. And I'm still, my life is not being no different really than them. They got more subscribers, they get more money, and all of that. Because you know why? Because of my spiritual growth. My spiritual growth, it exceeds where they're at. Empty people, they dig their hand in everything to get somewhere. A really spiritual, abundant person, they wait on the Lord, for real, for real. And it takes time. God can do it overnight, or it may take some years before this person get wealth or get to where God is really trying to take them. But if you're living for God and if you're living for God and you're living off of spiritual abundance, you're still gonna get there. You're still gonna be taken care of. Otherwise, or whatever. That's why I put that post on my community board. I'm a person that believe without seeing. I believe without seeing it. You're not gonna appease me with what the eyes can see, because you could show me something and it be a total illusion. You could show me this and I can look at it and I can think that you're this way, and come to find out after I'm with you for a couple of months or whatever, your real self start to show, and I'm dealing with a total demonic entity here. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with tarot. What I do not like about this situation is, if you're unhealed, you're going to do a bunch of ugly stuff. That's from planning witchcraft. That's from taking someone's money to put witchcraft on someone. You will do anything for money because you're greedy, you're selfish, you're unhealed, you're sick, and but show what else? Like a whole bunch of other stuff. You could be a stone cold prostitute that is still dealing with lust, that read cards all day. One thing you're gonna need to know about an unhealed person is they be wearing their ass out to the ground. I'm not lying. They dib and dab in so much stuff to live this certain type of lifestyle. They steal, they lie, they cheat, everything be up under the belt. And then they put their hands in everything, when I tell you. And they be so worn out, like their spirit be so empty. Their spirit is so empty, so they have to pull energy from the people with light. They have to pull things from people that really got the light, that's really spiritually inclined, really spiritually gifted. These empty people, they pull everything or whatever, because they're soulless beings. A lot of them, they don't care. A lot of these people is never going to open their hearts. These are people that was raped and they just can't get past it. And it's a lot of them. And they get on there and they talk a good game, and hey, so be it, or whatever. I just ain't never been, because if you're really spiritual and you can see and you got a gift, your spirit is gonna know one of God's people. Your spirit is gonna know if one of God's children needs your help, because God gonna keep on bringing that person to you. God is gonna keep on bringing that person across your path. I don't care if it's on your timeline. I don't care if it's whatever. You know, you're gonna continue to meet up with that person's spirit, and God is telling you something. And it's best to go ask him a lot of times. What is it about this person, God? What do you want me to do? What do I need to do? Because some of them come from the devil, and some of them from from God. So you got to really be spiritually inclined. You got to really be spiritually anointed from the living God Almighty of light to be able to see. Because if you're in darkness, you're not going to do nothing but connect with another demonic entity, and you're going to be out here doing doo-wop and whatever. You and this person going to come together with some game and get to running it all over the place. That's it. That's all I see going on right now. Do I feel bad? No. Do I feel bad from stopping my no, I don't. Because you know why? Because you got a lot of people that's in these different rooms that are spiritually empty, and they have to eat off of your spiritual abundance or your giftings or whatever to thrive and arrive and to drive. And that's all they doing. They just taking and taking. They up there or whatever, they have to find something to do. You can be gifted, but if you constantly keep on abusing your power, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get it taken away from you, and you're not gonna. And you're gonna get it taken away, and you're not. You're just not gonna. You're not gonna be able to do nothing. Like, you're gonna be constantly fetching for things to help you, and you'll steal them or whatever. And not saying that, I'm just saying, like, people, they don't love, they're unfair, they're not loyal. So a person will take your whole get up. A person will try to steal your whole identity and run and smash with it. And be sitting over here acting like that's them and this is who they are, and and it not be true at all. They done stole somebody's whole get up about themselves. So someone or whatever around, because the elites and so forth or whatever, the higher ups, my son, and I tell him or whatever, and he's a picture fanatic, and he's busy, because he lost all of those years incarcerated, and he has so much knowledge and things like that. He have always been a smart child and lovable, and he does what he can for people, and he he sees the world. I mean, him and my big brother, they talk a lot on the same lines, and I don't know if because they both were locked up, like that. But I don't judge them because of the way, because I did a lot of healing now. Probably before they left, I would have been speaking on the same, the way I think about people when I look at them. And because my son, he tells me, he's telling me, see, we're not going to do that. He tells me, see, that's your problem. That's your problem now. That's your problem now. You sympathizing with people too much. No. You can't do that. He starts telling me, and he said his girlfriend, Amanda, you and her always talking along the same lines and trying to sympathize with people. What? He told me, is these people going to help you? If you're over here and you're going through whatever, he was like, are you think they're going to help you? No. He told me, no, you're going to have to get over that. You don't need to be trying to sympathize with these people. He talking about because it's some damn demons out here in these streets. The devil is out here. He talking about, and they will rob you, kill you, and do whatever they want to do to you. He talking about, and he talking about, and I'm not playing with him or whatever. And like, he talking about, you're not supposed to do that. You won't be doing that. And he telling me, you act like Amanda, you and her, y'all always trying to sympathize with somebody. He telling me, just stop. And I was like, oh my God, or whatever. He telling me, He telling me, but it's understandable. It's because y'all women, and you're supposed to be like that, but he telling me, no. It comes a time where you got the, whatever, he was like, long as you're not hurting nobody or whatever, he was like, yeah, he said, but you're not supposed to live like that. We ain't doing that. Talking about, you gonna sit up here and let these people. And then he started telling me, he was like, he said, them people he was like, just do your thing. He said, let them people, let God get them, because you know that you're a changed person and you had to heal certain things and you still healing. He was like, let them, he said, let them think they stealing it and let it come back around on him. He said, because you can rest for sure, mama, God ain't gonna leave you like that and let nobody do that to you and get away with it. He was like, so let it come back around. He said I always do. He said, that's just how life is. He was like, a person can think that they're doing all this stuff to you and they're getting away with something. He said, behind the scenes, he said, but he said, let it come back. He said, you don't be the one to say anything to them. He said, whatever, because I was telling him about the nose thing or whatever, or he talking about, mama, he said, don't even say nothing to them people. Just leave them alone. He said, don't say anything to them or whatever. He said, let them think they trying to steal your life or steal your gifts or steal what you putting out. He said, let them do it. He said, it'll come back around. He said, but one thing you got to know, he said, it's coming back around quicker than what they thinking nowadays. He said, the universe is moving more quicker. And the spiritual, he said, that's just like the spirit. He say, that's just like, he say, everybody thrive and they get up off of this gun violence and all of that. He said, that's the music that's going on right now. He said, now, or whatever, because he always tell me about my music, because he already went and started, but he be tripping because it's a lot of dudes be over there or whatever. And he was like, I'm trying to set up something, the time and all of that. He said, I'm telling this man, like, this my mama. This my mama, He said, niggas be in and out of there. He said, it's a little box. He said, well, very, very small. And I don't want all them niggas around my mama. I was like, ooh. He said, I don't want all of them up around you like that and up in there doing all of that. He was like, because it's very little. It's like a little, he said, there'd be a crowd full of niggas up in there. He said, so he's supposed to get back with me so I can start doing my music or whatever and do my stuff or whatever. Because he already, because as soon as he got out, I pressured him or whatever to go because of his, our testimonies or whatever. We got real live big testimonies, me and my kids, my son or whatever. And so he owns some music with a few other guys, and he he doing his own or whatever. And I was telling him about it. He's gonna be be an entertainer and so forth as well. And then my youngest daughter, and then my other two daughters or whatever, like my mom and different stuff that they, don't know. But it came a point in time where after I got a divorce, like when I was married and stuff, I used to cook a lot. And then it was like my daughters or whatever, they started more cooking or whatever, because I would be working or whatever, and but they still wanted me to cook certain stuff or whatever. But they were, and my two girls, they cook a lot. But my younger daughter as well, she know how to make food and decorate all types of stuff and all of that as well. And so, it's just a big situation or whatever. And yeah. So anyway, he was telling me about he said, he said, let it go or whatever. He said, don't say anything to them. He said, let them think they taking it or whatever. He said, I promise you it's going to come back around. He said, and they not going to like it when somebody take it from them. He said, because it will happen. He said, they do it to you, it's going to happen to them. And it's going to hurt them worse, probably more times than what you think. He said, the same thing that they doing, if they want to take your looks, they want to take, he said, let them, he said, maybe some people do think, he said, but don't say anything to them people, because he said it was orchestrated like that. He said, see, he said, what happened to Pimp C or whatever, they came back after my son said it, but I didn't say anything. My son was like, he said, Pimp C worked with them people and got off in the industry like that. He said, and then the rappers that was drug dealers, he said, he went and he told on them in his music or whatever, whatnot, and got them people busted or something like that. I don't know. That's what my son is saying. And he said, I believe to my soul. He said, that man got touched. He said, but he said, you have to understand, it's people. He said, now I know that the lady here, he said, that lady want to be you. And this lady is a lighter complexion. This lady want to try to take my essence and take everything I do and use it. And she's been doing it for some years, and that's why I kept bumping into her. And I didn't know why, because I knew that this lady hated me with a passion. But she, if I were worse to hurt this lady's feelings like I really could, I really would. But I'm not like that. I'm going to just let God take care of it. Because she playing a dangerous game. And then when I know you didn't went and put witchcraft on me, and you messing with my finances, and you messing with my livelihood, I'm going to send them boys for you. And it ain't going to be no physical boys. Whoever's involved in all this stuff that's been going on around me, I'm getting ready to get them. And it ain't me that's coming. It's going to catch them by surprise. Because one thing about me, I know for sure, and two, I know. One thing for sure, and two, I know. I don't dibble and dabble in people's livelihood like that to destroy them. They essence, who they are as a person, to mess up anything to do with these people's livelihood and all that. And that woman, she did that to me here. But my son kept on saying, he told me, that lady want to be you. He said, that's the problem. That lady want to be you. And I was like, well, she need to quit trying to be me, because you can't be me. You can't take anything from me. You can't be me. You can't do anything to try to make, yeah, you got a little bit of money, but you got to not forget, you're not living legally like that. Y'all came, your husband came from the same, and then I just feel that you grimy. All your life, I've never heard of anything, and you got people that's sitting up here that's really on this woman's side that I never did anything to. or whatever. And because she went the bubbling up off of this man's money first, but he did 20 years in prison. Oh, she feels the need to think it's okay to think that she can battle with me on some, oh, I got a little bit more to work with over here than what you got or whatever. So I'll seek out to destroy you. Oh no, you're not going to do that, because guess what? Every spiritual warrior that I have, I will send them to take you down. And when the spiritual realm, or when God whoop you, it's another story. It's another story. When God whoop you, it's a whole total another. And no. So, anywho, let me get on to the story, the part about this masculine. This masculine, or whatever, this guy is like having to use his oral more. He's having to be oral because he can't, like, it was given out like before. His private part was given out because he didn't just use it too much. And God, had told him to stop. He would still have, I know of masculines that's only 34, 35, 36 years old. And I'm hearing reports about it don't work. And they having to go up in them stores and get them pills to try to make it stand up, and it's not working. And these are masculines that deal with severe mother and father issues. Like, they are really going through it. So you really pretty much can't, like, you have to pray for these people and pray that they will get it right before they get way too old or whatever. They still got some years to go. They could change at any moment. God, he always have his hand outstretched for us to come on. And, these guys got to do something here, because the time is slimming down. Okay? And they are not in their rightful place. And so this masculine or whatnot, like, he's using his mouth on people now, and more so ever than ever. He'll try to do that because the thingalinga ain't standing up. Like, it's just not. And also to do with that, I don't know if God just knocking the feeling out of it where he can't do it no more, because a lot of it is their karma. Like, they used and abused that right there because they knew some of them knew that they had a pretty good size. They knew what they were doing in bed, and they used that as a tool. So what God have done was knock the feeling out of where it can't even get up or whatever, and this person cannot even feel that. And it's their karma from using and abusing their penis. He used and abused it so much he can't even do it anymore. And now he's having to use oral, like, and he's thinking doing that or whatever, because mind you, this were also masculines that could put it down with their mouth down there, that would make you probably let off, baby, you'll be letting off slugs you didn't, baby, let me tell you, it'll be hollow points. Bloop, 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 bloop. Whoa, this is a person that could put their mouth on you, baby, and baby, you would be out of there like, whoo, letting off like fireworks. Pop, 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 pop. I'm like, oh my God. No, I'm just playing, y'all. Anyway, anywho, Lord have mercy. But anyway, so yeah, what it is I'm telling you that a lot of these men that have abused that in that type of way, it ain't nothing. Like, it's a collective thing too. And they could be old and young. They could be anywhere from in their early 30s to 50 or 60 years old that this is happening to. It's not just happening to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's for those who use that as a tool and kept doing it. And God was telling them, no, stop that. Like, don't do it. Don't pick up another female to go and use that on and think that that's going to pave the way for you. No, don't do it. And boy, do you think they listened? No, they did not. No, they did not. They kept trucking it. They kept going with it. So now their karma is, this is what the results that they are stuck with. And boy, if you see this person right about now, you could just look at their face and be like, because what they're going to do, even if they were doing that to women and men, and they can't do, what, to the men either, Lord have mercy. Woo. They about to, what are they going to do? Be over there rubbing legs or something? Or rubbing arms and hands together or something? I don't know. But anywho, Lord have mercy. It's going to be a sad time. I tell you, I am not playing. A very sad time for them. So, what have happened here was that they knocked out the box, honey. They are knocked out the box, baby. They using oral now. They done went to their mouth, and they doing it a lot. That is so disgusting. And if they are still messing around with this whole football team that they had going on, or whatever, in the community and all around, and men, women, and all of that, oh my God, Lord, just think about it. And then they trying to do that too, because some of them then came out with a STD, and the STD is incurable, but they still up over here, still wrestling with the demon that's been up in them for a long time, or whatever. They don't want to really release this demon for nothing. Like, they still doing the same old crap or whatever, but can't even use that no more. It's not working. They from here to there, running to their mama house, doing this, if their mother is still alive, because some of them, that's why they're angry and they're mad, because their mom isn't alive and their mother isn't alive, and so they're taking out on the females or whatever, for their parents leaving them or whatever mishap that happened to even take this person out. This person is bitter and don't want to heal or whatever, you know. So, nuh-uh. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, like Lord, I don't know what to say, y'all. But this masculine is up over here, and he going like, it's not every day that he can get that thing up. And the Karmic that thought that she was taking him from you or whatever, he don't even live with her. She don't even see him every day. Like, this man is over there like a couple of days out of the week or whatever, and then she'll go travel over there to see him or whatever. But he didn't try to move, take off running to another place outside or whatever. Then he then went back to another Karmic that he used to have before he even got with you. And he went back to that Karmic because he felt that she would take care of him, give him all of her money, and, you know, work real hard and extra and give him her kids' checks, everything or whatever, because she was doing that. And so that's how he's getting